Bismillah. Get ready to go live right now. One of the most anticipated lives I've done. Got my brother joining us in a few. Make sure after y'all get off this live, y'all hit the link in my bio and go get you some merch. Go get you some Muslim Dime merch. Go get you some of that Tone Trump merch. Go get you that merch. How was everybody Friday? I'm going to try not to look at the comments too much. So what I want y'all to... And yo, if y'all could do me a favor, because I already see y'all doing it now. I'm not taking requests on this live, at least for until probably the end. So if y'all could, possibly not flood me with the requests. But today has been a beautiful day, mashallah, man. And I'm glad y'all tapping in early. We're going to have a good time tonight. Inshallah, may Allah accept. Let me start off by saying this. Anything that's said on this live that is of good and of benefit comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Anything otherwise, you blame it on humans. Let me know if y'all can hear me good. I don't know what it is. I got these new AirPods, and the way these joints rock, I ain't really feeling these. It sound like I'm in the studio. I don't feel like I'm on the phone. He said, are you considering tattoo removal? Man, you about to make me mad. I just got on here, man. I gotta learn how to block people on live. JXNYD, man. Unfollow me forever, please, homie. I gotta be nice. It's Friday. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. What's up, boy?
What's up, Big Aki?
What's up, Ak?
You can hear me good?
Yeah, I got you.
MashaAllah. So basically, let me preface this. Let me tell everybody what we got going on right here. Me and this brother talk on the phone every day, whether through phone, through text. We talk all day, every day. And one of the things, we talk about everything. So this idea, we didn't plan none of this. We basically is letting y'all see kind of like how our regular conversations go. We're going to get y'all feedback. Today, we're not going to take no calls because we both super busy. So we just going to kind of build. But y'all take notes as we build because we're going to do a part 2 and we will take calls, inshallah. So, I let my brother, I'm sure everybody on already knows who this is, but if you can formally introduce yourself, bro, real quick to the people.
Steven Jackson, Stack 5, Aki 5.
Aki 5.
Yeah.
Big Muslim Dime. Let me introduce you, man. The big top eye, the NBA world champ, the realest athlete since Muhammad Ali, the most honorable, the decorated, the respected. Y'all already know all that, but we're gonna get right into it. The first thing, we got a couple little topics. I feel like a little journalist. This is my first time doing this. I feel like you and Matt Barnes right now, you know what I mean? But let me start off right this, man. I got like 5 talking points. I'm gonna say a word, I'm gonna talk about something, you kind of lead the way, and I'll just ad lib and y'all chime in on the comments and give y'all vibes too, man. So the first thing we're gonna start with is Islam, and I'm gonna give you the floor, bro. Islam, Shahada, you becoming a Muslim, the Ummah, we start with, and then you kind of just build on that.
Alhamdulillah. I just want to say first, man, love to the Ummah. I've been a part of a lot of things in my life, bruh. Winning the championship, being a part of a lot of great teams. I just done some great things in my life, alhamdulillah. But I think for the most part, man, the love that I got the day I took my Shahada to now from the Ummah, man, it's been the most overwhelming feeling I ever had in my life, bro. I already know, from me studying, I knew when I took my Shahada, the feeling I was going to get of being born again. Clean, erasing, leaving all the bad things behind, but bringing all the good with me. I couldn't wait to have that feeling once I took my Shahada, man, and taking that step. For a lot of people that don't know, this is something that I've been contemplating since 2011, 2010. And, with me studying the last 7 months and with me going through everything with my brother George Floyd, what I'm saying, the only guy I consider my twin, a lot of things forced me to teach myself, A lot of things forced me to learn for myself, and a lot of things that was in my heart and in my soul, it was time for me to get to fruition. So taking my shahada was the first thing for me.
Mm.
Being around Neef, being around Mozzie, rest in peace, Mozzie. You know,
Mozzie.
rest in peace, Mozzie, man.
We're not going to just roll. I'm gonna let you go back in, but I want every Muslim that's watching right now to make dua for my brother Mozzie Jabril. Call him out by name, and may Allah be pleased with him. May Allah bless him with the highest level of paradise. Make dua for his children. This is a dear brother of both of ours. One of the things that connected us, who was murdered a couple few years ago. But I just want every Muslim that's tuned in right now. I know the Ummah is tuned in. Please make dua for our brother, inshallah. Go ahead, bro.
Well, yeah, man. But you know, being having a relationship with so many Muslim brothers, man. I think that was just Allah working on me. That was Him teaching me, putting me through trials and tribulations, putting me through tests to the point where I was ready to take my shahada, man. And I'm just thankful to be able to stand here today to say I'm a Muslim man. I'm so proud. Um,
Yes,
I'm
yes.
I'm thankful that I can say, you know, in the most humble way, that I'm standing here as a Muslim man, but I'm the face of the biggest civil rights movement ever. 18 countries, all 50 states protest at the same time, you know,
Mm.
and I'm embracing it, man. All praise due to Allah, man. I just want to continue to be the best I can be, continue to make my people proud, continue to try to bring equality to everybody. And I think the fact that I have relationships with so many people and so many races, and I can tell people from other races that I love them, and I know they tell me back and they mean it. You know, I can stand on this 10 toes, and people
Mm.
follow me, you know, because they know I'm a genuine guy. I'm a stand-up guy. You know, there's no way you can assassinate my character. No way. So I'm just happy and blessed to be in the skin I'm in, bro.
Mm.
And I've never been happy. I've never been more at peace.
Alhamdulillah. Well, I want to add to that. For one of the most beautiful things that I've experienced and you recently is like, because obviously we talk and we've done some interviews together as well, over the phone and three-way and Zoom and stuff like that. Is one of the things I love, not just with you, but all new shahadas, the way y'all speak about Islam with so much love and so much happiness and joy is one of the most beautiful things. And your situation is a lot different from a lot of people's because when I see so many people, like even in the comments right now, people are like, welcome to the Brotherhood because of your status in the dunya, because of who you are in the outside world. You're a celebrity. Let's be honest. You're a champion. You're a world champion. You're a pro ball player. So a lot of like, our Arab brothers and our African brothers and our brothers from the hood and all over the world already knew who you were. So it's a sense of pride. Since the 9/11 stuff, which we all know was a bunch of BS, and I send my love to everybody that was lost, but it's so much more to that. But the Muslims and the Ummah got blamed for that, which we know that wasn't what happened. But Muslims have lost a sense of identity since then. Not really with the black Muslims, but a lot of our brothers from other nationalities that I speak to personally. So I'm speaking from knowledge, not just talking. It kind of was like, kind of almost like people were like hiding their Islam after 9/11. And now it's like, as the years have gone on and a lot of truths have been revealed, it's
Right.
like that pride is coming back right now. Like people see my movement, I'll tell you this, when I first started the Muslim Dime movement, I went into business with an Arab brother and he was terrified. He said, "You really think people are going to wear something with Muslim on their chest like this?" Because a lot of them, were kind of like, they love the law and they love their religion, but they didn't want to offend somebody or scare. It's like being on an airplane. Nobody wants to, read their Quran because they're scared the person next to them might think they, and all of that is a bunch of nonsense. So I
Right.
think the pride you've given to, because when we and you first talked about it, the first thing, I'll be honest, we always think about ourselves. I'm thinking about like the young brothers going, like, yo, the young black brothers going to see Stack. It's going to be big. But I'm seeing, like somebody, like my Pakistani young boys hitting me up like they so excited about you joining our brotherhood. It's almost like your mom bringing home like like a foster brother, right? And at first you don't know if you're gonna like him, and then you love him. Like you like, wait, he an
Yeah.
NBA star, he a champion. Oh, he got swag. He the voice, like you said, you the voice. Like we all seen that civil right. Like nobody's blind to what you just went through with the George Floyd situation. And bro, you helped me get through that without even knowing, because I got to the point with the news and with everything was going on, it was really turning my heart towards white people. May Allah
Yeah.
forgive me, but I was starting to feel like, yo, now it's time, like, yo, pick a side,
Right.
and that's not Islam, because
Right.
I prayed like today, I prayed next to people that weren't black, and I
Right.
love them. They're my brother. You know, when I see a Muslim sister, I don't say, let me see if she's black, the defender. No, she's my sister. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I don't care if she's African, Iraqi, Afghan, whatever she is. She's a Muslim woman. So I feel like, you know, even tell them what your saying is. What's your main saying right now? Let them know. Let them hear that.
Love for all who have love for all. And it's simple. If you love everybody, then I love you. People make it rocket science,
Alhamdulillah.
Tom. Make it rocket science that all you gotta do is treat people how you want to be treated. It ain't about religion, it ain't about skin, it ain't about nothing. It's about who you are inside, your soul. We all come from the same place. So at the end of the day, it's not rocket science. Just treat people how you want to be treated. And that's
Hmm.
just what love for all who have love for all. And some people be having, and some people take it to the next stance to try to question what love for all who have love for all means. And I explain that too. I don't love you if you don't love everybody. I don't
Mm,
love you I don't love you if you judge somebody because of how they look or how they dress or what they believe. I don't
mm.
love you. It's love for all who have love for all, and it's that simple.
And that's so beautiful. And another thing I want to say is, like you said, you know, being the face and the leader of the biggest civil rights movement, what people have to realize is you didn't say the biggest leader of the black civil rights movement.
Right.
Civil rights is for all mankind. So even people that aren't our brothers, even if like Kevin Gates said this one time, he said, although you're not our brothers in faith, you are our brothers in humanity. You know,
Right.
I got non-Muslim. Let's be honest, man. If we us as blacks, we have family members that are Christians, Jehovah Witnesses. We love them to death. Like I got people that's not Muslim that I would die for and kill for. You know what I mean?
Ditto.
Allegedly. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we we really have love for all, and I had to check myself because I felt myself developing an anger towards people, and I'm somebody who have received, you know, I have white fans, I have white brothers, I have white sisters. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, I probably got white in me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like for me to develop this hate because of the media and all of this stuff. Like you know, we got social media where you literally can watch a black man be murdered, but then they'll delete your page if you say something a little off. Like
Yeah.
it's the craziest shit ever. Like you know what I'm saying? So we got to keep it moving. So as we talk about Islam, and for those y'all in the comments, keep it going. You know, give feedback because, like I said, we're gonna do a part two. The next thing I want to talk about, and I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna say this. You build on it. I'm gonna build on it. So when I say to you, the streets and what's going on in the streets and the underworld and the dunya and our communities directly. You know what I'm saying? Like we've seen people come together as one, no justice, no peace, and Black Lives Matter, and it was popping. And then now it's like, you know, we talk about what the police do to us. We talk about those things, okay. But let's talk about, you know, when we think about our community, and now of course we know it's a long story of we know we don't grow cocaine leaves, and we know we didn't invent crack, and we know we don't manufacture guns, but we also know what's going on in the streets. Give us a little bit real quick when I say the streets and you know what's on your heart and your mind to just you know speak on that real quick.
Well, the streets is me. The streets is where I come from. I think a lot of people see basketball, which is good, and see what I'm doing now, and don't really understand why the earth is my turf, why I go everywhere to any hood, because I've been there. I don't brag about it. You know what I mean? Like I said, if you can just go back and to my hometown and get facts. You know what I mean? It's stuff that I don't glorify, but coming up where we come up, it's stuff that we experience, trying to survive.
Right.
And I've been through it, I tell you now, I've been around some of the best in the game, some of the best to do it. You know what I mean?
Better
And I
believe.
think
Better
I
believe.
think I survived it. You know, but I think today it's important not to be a hypocrite. It's so many hypocrites out there, aka fake OGs, who giving the
Mm,
wrong game to the streets, giving the
hmm.
wrong game to the streets. There's no way that you can be out on the streets telling the youngsters not to do this and not to do that, but then you get on Instagram and glorify it. Like it
Mm,
don't like that. You're not a stand-up guy. You're not a stand-up guy to me. I've always been somebody who called myself I am my brother's keeper. I can tell you and look you in your eyes, I am your brother's keeper, dog. And
And I
I am that.
believe you.
And I'm a fan
Mashallah.
because I stand on it because I know what I want for me, I want for my brother.
Alhamdulillah.
Before I became a Muslim, I stood on that.
Yep. Yep.
And that's just how I always live my life. And that's why I say I always live my life as a Muslim man. So it's only right I become a Muslim for the things that I stood on.
Right.
And I think it's we need more people like me and you to stand up now and give the real game to the streets. You know what I'm saying? Let them know what's important. What's really gangster. Take care of your family, taking care of your neighborhood, providing for your neighborhood, building your neighborhood up. That's gangster. That's what's
That's
real gangster.
gangster.
You know what I'm
Taking
saying?
care of your kids. Taking care of your kids is gangster.
Somebody down the street fall on hard times and they can pay their rent. You know what I'm saying? That's gangster. Having their back. That's gangster. Doing those type of things are gangster. And just like we making prayer cool again. All these things we got to bring back, dog. All these things we got
Yo,
to.
let me interject on that.
Yeah.
Me and Stat, just in us building personally, we talked about making praying cool again, and now I'm waking up to hundreds of mentions from Philadelphia. Today I had my little brother named Shadow, who I met when I went to Umrah. Matter of fact, I see him in here now. He's gonna be hyped. I met this little brother. He was like a little hustler out there in Mecca, and he hung with me my whole Umrah trip. And he sent me a picture today with his feet on the floor, and he said, "Man, make him pray." To see him all the way out there, and then I got a white brother in Germany with his feet on the floor. So it's like, cause I made a lot of. I'm honest with my fans. I'm honest with everybody listening. I helped make a lot of bad shit cool. You know, when people see the things I'm doing now, people want to give me all this credit. But what I tell people is, I'll give it in basketball terms since I'm on here with an NBA champion. When it comes to doing good and bad, when I decided to do good, I felt like I was already down by like 70 points in the last quarter. So I'm shooting all threes with good D's. I'm trying to catch up because I did wrong for so long. So it's like that's why I'll be so careful. Like people, I was at the mosque today and everybody's thanking me and hugging me, and I'm like, yo man, like this same neighborhood I'm doing this in, I did so much wrong in. You know, and there's people in that mosque that remember that part of me. They remember, you know, a lot of my stuff was documented, but what you said that was so true about the fake OGs, because I tell people like I just had a conversation with my young boy, man, and I got a lot of love for this young boy, and he's still in the mix a little bit, and he kept it real. He said, big bro, man, like I'm not gonna get no job, and I understand that, and everybody won't understand it because listen, I've met a job ain't for everybody.
Right.
You know, it's like when they used to tell us, you know, hey Tone, man, you got to tell these kids put the guns down. I'm like, you got to give me more solutions before I go tell these kids anything. Because when I tell a kid, yo, you got to put that pack down, I got to have another way for him to make money.
You got to
Because I
put
can't.
something in to substitute that.
Right. And back to the fake OGs. Anybody that's older than you right now, for the young ox that's on here, listen. Anybody that's older than you, making you think it's cool to do anything illegal, excuse my language for the pious that's on here right now, they don't give a fuck about you. Get the fuck away from them. Because I talk to kingpins every day that's behind them walls. Brothers that was out here rolling in millions. And they say, hey, Trump, man, if I had another chance, I wouldn't go near a drug. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about big dogs. I'm not talking about no little corner boys. And all they want, they just want, like, sometimes I catch myself, you know, one of my sons, like just now, my son did something to upset me, and I'll get on him, and then I'll think about, like, one of my brothers, like Abdul Hakim, who got life in prison, what he would do to be able to be in the kitchen for his son to spill something, to be able to clean it up. You know what I mean? Man, so it's like we have to be careful, but I want to come with solutions. My thing right now is, I'm starting with my neighborhood, obviously. I'm starting with my neighborhood, and then I've adopted a village in Africa where I'm not just going to talk about it, I'm going to be about it. You know what I'm saying? I said in one of my songs, I used to skip school, now I build school. So I want to build an after-school program in my neighborhood where kids have a chance to have alternative education. So I don't want to just be like, because it's like, yo, stay in school. And then they like, big homie, like, you ain't staying in school. But no, when you come to this alternative school I got, we're going to be teaching them firearm safety and training. We're going to teach them how to get a gun permit so they don't catch a gun charge when they could have just got a gun permit anyway. We're going to teach them how to be chefs, how to be barbers. I'm going to have the boxers come in. We're going to teach them stocks. We're going to teach them how to save money, how to manage their credit, because they set us up to fail. It just is what it is. When I first got some real money, when I got signed in 2012, I never even had a bank account before, bro. So it's like I got this big check at the time. It was like I felt like I was a millionaire. And the first thing I was so embarrassed. I'm like, yo, how I get my money though? Like, how do I? Like, I remember like I'm like, how am I gonna ask them this shit? I'm like, yo, how do I? I'm ready to let somebody. I'm like, yo, you just cash this for me. I'll give you half of it. I just want this cash. You know what I mean? But I was ignorant. And now it's my job. Like when a young boy said to me, because I'm gonna be honest, that this happened about 2 hours ago. I didn't have a solid answer ready for him, so I had to pray on it and think about it. But now I'm like, damn, I'm like, you running around busting moves. You know, maybe I could teach him the merch game, even though he's not an artist and nothing like that. You know, let's come up with something fly. And while you out doing your other little thing, you let them know, hey man, I got these shirts now. You know what I mean? Try
Right.
to train, you know, because it's like when I stopped selling drugs, I took a very big pay cut. You know what I'm saying? Like I had I thought I was being blessed because I thought I had everything. And for the record, when you get haram money, it never lasts. I don't care who you are. I don't. That's why when you look at all these old kingpin stories, they all end up broke and no teeth in their mouth and no money. You
Hey,
don't see no DVD where the kingpin at the end is like, yeah, now I got 80 million. It don't end like that. So
yeah.
it's like we have to be honest with these kids, and that's something that I'm serious about. The next one, we know we got to talk about this. I'm gonna say a word, and then you just build on it. Racism.
All-time high. Racism is at an all-time high. I think, man, it's so many people that don't want equality. Even people the same color as me and you that don't want equality. That's what makes the
Mm,
fight even. I think when we get to the point where we stop rapping about ops and looking for another brother who look like him, riding around the corner looking for somebody who look like you. If we could get out of that to the point where we back loving ourselves, till we back loving our brothers and want to build with our brothers and not want to kill each other and start taking care of ourselves, bro. That's when the things that we marching and crying about, we won't have to ask. We can demand them. But while we around here doing their job, killing each other and treating each other like we don't value each other's lives, I think it's easier for the racists to do their job too, because they feel like, damn, you don't even love yourself, so why should we love you? And and and
mm,
I, a big part of us being held back is that we've been brainwashed to not love ourselves. We've been brainwashed to compete with each other. We've been brainwashed because we've been put in situations where we have to fight to survive.
mm,
Because in these situations, but a lot of us don't understand that. We just and I get it. I get it because times are hard. We got kids, we got family, we got women we trying to impress. You know what I mean? So I get it. But at the same time, each one teach one.
mm.
Each person in the hood that I could get to give them this game, bro, to let them know that ain't it, to show them how to build something. That's why I love Al Harrington so much, bro, because what he doing on the cannabis side, dog, is legendary. He not just going to these neighborhoods and starting cannabis companies. He's going to these neighborhoods and getting the people that live in these neighborhoods and getting this money from these governments to show them that they have money for minority businesses. And he's showing them how to build their businesses and circulate their own generational wealth.
Mm. Shout out
How
to
we
that
got
brother, man.
That's how we got to start approaching all our neighborhoods. Even if, and you know what? I've always been 1,000. Even if you're doing something that you ain't got to do, make sure you got an exit strategy.
That's right.
Make sure you ain't doing it to buy jewelry and cars and to shine for some dudes. You know what I'm saying? Make sure it's to get out and to create another lane so you ain't got to look over your shoulder no more. And that's the game we got to continue to give them, because it's a lot of people that been through it, but they feel like if they come to the positive side, then they won't get the same props in the hood. Well, we lost what a lot of black men have lost that, or we living to prove or to impress another man instead of trying to impress Allah.
That's right.
That's the thing.
That's
Because
right.
if we sit down and think of where all our blessings come, where our strength from, where our favor come from, there's no way that you can wake up trying to do something to impress another man.
At
You
all.
know, these are the type of conversation we got to start having with the youngsters.
That's right. That's right. And be honest with him. Like I said, I had a young brother ask me, like, and he's still in the mix. And I was honest with him, like, and I told him straight up. He was like, he looked me in my eyes and said, "Man, I ain't working no job." And I was like, I could dig it. I said, "We gotta figure something out." And young boy said, "Man, let's go get some breakfast or something." And really, and he almost bailed me out because I was like, "Good," because I need some time to think on this because I really want to come with some. Because the fact that he reaching out to me, because they see me and they like, "Damn, you doing it." And
Yeah.
and my story is my story though. Even for people that relate, like it may be different for you because like I said, I felt like I was elevated to a point where I thought I had it all figured out. I had all the women, jewelry, money, and I had nothing, man. Like I really had nothing. Cause you have
Dying is
nothing, you dying, bro. You like when I look back, and I never wanted to be the dude like looking at stuff like, man, like like I used to hustle for fly shit. Like I used to hustle for things that like I get free now. Like you know what I mean? Like I literally risk my life and my freedom for some sneaks and some drip. And when I think about it now, I'm like, oh, I was an idiot. But when you in the midst of it,
Tom, let me say this, bro. It's my most insecure moment was when I was walking around with 10 cars and 30 chains on. That was my most, and let me tell you why I said that was my most insecure moment. Because none of them chains and none of them cars, I was doing that for me.
right,
None of it was for me. It was
right.
to impress other people. It was me to look a certain way to other people.
Let me have a real moment. I went through that. Like when I had first, I got signed to CTE Atlantic Young Jeezy, right? So I like I went from like doing like all these like little hood spots. I was doing all the little hole in the wall clubs, running around getting my little 2500, my little 3500. Then now I'm touring on the TM 103 tour with Young Jeezy. So now, you know, the game has been up. And what happens, people don't realize when you get around somebody, you get around with somebody with a lot of money and you hanging with them every day, you start to adapt to their lifestyle. So you eating everywhere they eating at, you going to like I'm doing stuff I would never do in a million years. And one of the things I started to do was drink. I never was a drinker. Alcohol was always nasty to me. But I'm like, I'm a rapper. I got a record deal. We in the club. You not lit if you don't got champagne. So now I'm
Right.
like, yo, let me get a bottle of rosé. It used to be like, I literally used to be like pouring this shit out, like pretending like I'm drinking it. But you know what happened? The shaitan in your ear. Now it's like, oh, shit, man. Like this is the way. So I take a sip, and it's disgusting to me. But I started to tolerate it because I felt like, yo, I want these niggas to know I'm lit. I'm a boss. I'm rich. So now I realized. One day I remember I said, damn. I drunk 3 bottles of champagne. Like I used to be a dude that couldn't sip a beer because it would make me want to throw up. And now I done developed the tolerance. I'm sitting there. It was the BET Award weekend, and I'm drunk, first time in my life, and I felt like the biggest sucker, the biggest nut in the world. Like I'm like, yo, you used the clown niggas that did this, and now you want, yo. I was so embarrassed. I was so, and then to further it, like I went to see this lady one day who wound up being the love of my life, but at the time I was just meeting her, and I pulled out some lean. Once again, at the time, lean we call lean a get money high. Like broke niggas can't drink lean because we drink it out the pint. Speaking of my brother Mozzie, you know how Mozzie used to come with the MCM book bag with 10 bottles of lean on it. Like
Right.
he one of the reasons I was all twisted on the lean, but that's another story.
Yeah.
But I pulled the lean out in front of her, right, thinking because she a bad John. Like I'm talking about bad, bad. So I said, "Dang, I gotta let her know I'm." I heard who she used to deal with. He gets money, so I had to let her know I get a little bit more money. So
Yeah.
I pull out the pint. Literally my first time kicking it with her. And bro, she looked at it and she said, "You drink that stuff?" Like I pulled out a crack pipe, and my heart fell to because keep in mind this girl was like my crush. Like I was on her top. She was acting like I was like I don't even know who you are. I don't listen to rap, and I'm like, oh damn, that was turning me on. Our first date, I flew her to Miami. Like she said, oh you ain't just gonna be thinking you're gonna sleep. You gotta take me out. I said let's go to Miami. She said, you should send me information. I flew her to Miami the next day, trying to show off, and she saw the she saw the lean, bro, and she made me feel like I was a dope fiend. And I put that bottle down. I'm gonna keep it real. I drunk something that night, but I
Yeah.
never touched. Like that. Her face stuck in, and then me and her start kicking it more, and then she already made it clear I ain't dealing with nobody that's on that shit right there, cause you in the way.
Right.
And it goes to show the influence of money and this wicked industry we in. Like one thing I want to say to go back what you said about the brothers rapping about the ops and stuff like that. My take on that because I always try to be careful because I don't want to be a hypocrite because
Right.
I've made money doing that. I've traveled the world doing that, and because of my lifestyle and my audience, I still may talk about it, but I do it in a different way. So when I think about it, like when I look at somebody like just I'll use one of my brothers for example. When I look at somebody like like Kevin Gates, who I love dearly and sincerely, he tries to give you all sides of it. But if there is a side where you might gotta blow somebody's head off, you know.
Yeah.
But he also will tell you about his misery in prison and missing his daughter. So I feel
Right.
like these artists, especially when you on these corporate, you know, these big companies, like I love Uncle Snoop. Don't get me wrong, but Uncle Snoop told us we don't let him hoes, and he was married to his high school sweetheart the whole time.
Right.
Like, what would a Snoop verse saying? If Snoop had a line where he talked about how dope it was to love his queen, that might have made a difference for somebody. Because I know when I say in my rap, my wife garbed up, my son's in the kufi, the daddy in the movie, my Umi bag Gucci. I just made it sound a little cooler to have your wife garbed up and my little
Yeah.
man got his kufi on. I just because I didn't make it look corny,
Right.
I'm doing that intentionally. And I don't want to, you know, we have something called, called bitter, which is like intervention. Like I'm not trying to put the Quran with music or none of that because, may Allah forgive me, I don't want nobody to think that's what I'm saying. You can't mix the two. Music, period. That's a whole nother conversation. But while I'm still in this, I purposely rap about, I started rap with saying, pray fudge it and I'm back to trapping. That's intentional because now everybody that sings that song has to say what? I pray. The
For
sister I
sure.
was talking about who made me look crazy for drinking a lean, she just walked in. So he just walked in with her fine. So, but
Hey,
yeah,
Quinn.
like, but the thing is, I be intentional with that. So my thing is, my problem I had with the music is the dudes who've been in it 10, 20, 30 years. You 40 million up now, and you still talking that. I ain't
My
mad at the, I ain't mad
I
at
ain't
the young boys, but
no,
you can't be 50 talking about cocaine and all of that, and you ain't been near it in third. Like, come on.
but like it's a difference. Like listening to the music, enjoying the music, getting something out the music, that's one thing. But listening to the music and try to implement it in your life, that's clown shit.
But it's
That's
hard
clown.
not to. It's hard not to do that. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. I remember like 2 years ago during Ramadan, Pusha T had dropped the album, right? And that's my
Yeah.
dog. I love Pusha music. And I literally said, I can't listen to that right now because when I listen to Pusha, I'll be ready to grab, I'll be ready to call the plug up, man. Like, like certain people is like, I can't listen to old Jeezy if I'm trying to live right because he gonna say certain things. You're set getting low. I'm like, damn, Pusha just said, take a seven and so it's like but everybody don't have that sense to say, let me turn this off right now.
Yeah.
Everybody can't do that. You know what I'm saying? It's like you go listen to some old Jay-Z. I don't care what you say. Like if I go hang out with four of my homies that's trying to work out right now, right? I'm gonna leave wanting to get some workout gear and wanting to work out because you're just around it. It's like if we
Yeah.
if we in a barbershop and they talking about ball. I'm gonna be honest. After the Kaepernick situation, I kind of lost my love for sports. But if I'm in a barbershop and they talking about sports, you go and get in the conversation.
No
You see what I'm
question.
saying? So it's the same thing. Like I don't care how you trying to live. If you listen to somebody all day, grab a brick, grab a brick. This shit is like
Yeah.
it's like hypnotic, and that's why music is around because everybody don't have the brain like you to say, "Oh man, I can't implement this." Because I ain't gonna lie, bro. I still hear certain stuff and be like,
I listen to it, but I don't let it take me off my ding. Like I can
sometimes
listen to
sometimes it take me off mine, man. I'll be ready.
I can sit here and rock to it all day. But when somebody walk in here, I'm me.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? I'm me. When I leave the house, I'm me. I know who I am. I know what I stand on. You know what I'm saying?
mashallah. Right.
And the plus side of it to me is what I love about it. So many young black men right now are seeing millions of dollars due to it. You know what I mean? That's the best thing because that's a part of what I stand for. I want to see better days for our people. You know what I mean? And if rap gives them their life, I understand that. But at the same time, they got to understand too why they giving them so much money to say this shit. You know what I'm
And
saying?
and and we gotta understand this. If they're giving them so much money, it's just like with y'all with the basketball thing. It's like when somebody say, "Oh, so and so just signed for 200 million." But what does the person that's paying him make? So it's the
Right.
same thing. So when you look at what's going on in Chirac and Chicago right now, and you see these brothers dying, and then these powerhouses are capitalizing on. Like I remember recently when the brother and I don't know him, but the young brother Duck had died, and I see his mother on YouTube crying, talking about the labels taking advantage and all of it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the part that hurts me because I can't just be mad at Young Jeezy. I gotta say, well, who at Def Jam is signing off? Because I'll give you a perfect example. I had a video one time, and I sent it in to Viacom. Viacom, for those that don't know, they own BET, MTV, VH1. Viacom is a big dog in telecommunications, and they based in New York. I had a meeting. I sent a video. They love the video, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they say you got to change this one part. I had a line in the song where I said stack 5 million on some Jew shit. In my heart, in my mind, I was actually complimenting the Jewish faith as saying stack. For those that don't understand that line, I'm saying save up $5 million like a Jewish person.
Mm-hmm.
Throughout that song, I talked about drinking lean, shooting niggas, all types of things. Only part that this major corporation that they probably end our live, they hear me talking about this. The only part they made me take out was the part about me saying stat, because just the fact this black Muslim is even mentioning that, nah, you got to mute that. But all the other
Mm-hmm.
stuff, the drinking lean and disrespect, you can disrespect women that's your color. You can call them all types of whores and hoes and smuts and strippers. You can throw money on them all through the video. We'll find a way to get that on TV. But
Right.
you ain't gonna be talking about these people. And one of the things I say to people, even in the days of our brother Malcolm X, he talked about you can always tell who has the real power when you see who the people are scared to talk about. And one of the things I'll say is we talk about the Ummah, us coming together as one Ummah. If we really truly come together, when people say it's 1 billion Muslims worldwide, but we
Mm-hmm.
segregate ourselves, because you hear stuff like, oh, he's a black Muslim, or he's a new Muslim, or they're Asian Muslims, or they're Arabian Muslims, or they're Nation of Islam Muslims, and these people are, Shiites, and these people are Sunni, and all of that stuff. That's one of the things I was trying to guard you from in the beginning. And the first thing I seen is people in your comments, stay away from this guy and go here and don't go there. And it's like, yo, this brother is just so excited about the religion, and you about to just, what I mean? Like, what if you could run somebody away from the fold of Islam? Somebody could be like, this is too much for me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So one of the things I want to end that section with is just accountability. Like we all just everything we talked about, from Islam to the streets to racism to the Ummah, accountability and responsibility, and just being a man and a woman saying, yo, man, this ain't right, or that ain't
Mm-hmm.
right, or this, what I mean? Because we shouldn't have to check. When people say, I see people sometimes say, oh, T.I. don't know what he want to be. One day he want to be this, and that's all of us. We all many things. Because
Yep.
some days I wake up and I want to be a black Muslim leader, and I want to get on Instagram and motivate y'all. Another day I woke up, I want to be off. One of my fans said, how come you don't go live more? I said, because I live a real life. I'm doing
Right.
things that I can't really be live. I got people around me that can't be on my live. I got people with me that's not even supposed to be out the house. You know what I mean? So it's like I got to be very mindful. That's why when I do go live, they see my brother Nip behind me because I'm in my house.
Yeah.
I can't go live from the hood like I want to, because then somebody behind me who got beef with somebody who's watching my live, and then guess what? Now I'm in court because they're gonna say, well, you went live at 4 o'clock, and this person got. It's so much that they can't relate to in my world, in your world, in our world, just like I can't relate to things in their world.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
one of the last things we're gonna talk about, and this is very important, we're gonna, we even talk about some serious stuff, but this last thing I have written down is halal drip. First of all,
Mm.
somebody shout out to you. Shout out to our sister Nah. She been keeping you real hijabified. I've been seeing you real. I've
Yeah.
seen you in some unique stuff from brother. I've been seeing you really throw it on. But somebody had the nerve to say the other day, they left a comment saying, "Tone, watch your back. I think Stack about to take your title for halal." Like, hold on, man. I see you got your rollie on. I might gotta change my watch. I might gotta put my rollie on for this. I might gotta take my little. I've been trying to be modest with my old school Frank Miller. I might got. I gotta put my day and date on for this allow drip. You know what I'm saying? May Allah forgive me. I'm still a hood nigga. You know what I'm saying? I got the. You know what I'm saying? But but
Oh,
but
yeah.
they but the importance of the halal drip, and when people see us doing this, and people see us, for one, we creating opportunities for other black-owned Muslim business. When people see you, with your millions of followers all over the world on all your different platforms, from Instagram and Twitter to Facebook to your award-winning podcast, to you being on national TV representing and speaking for all of us, and then you're wearing a black Muslim-owned business. For those that don't know, like the sister I mentioned, she started off obviously, with a couple pieces, and then she gets more and more and more and more, and then it expands, and then you look up one day, and now she's Polo Ralph Lauren or somebody like that, inshallah. You know what I'm saying? The importance of that, like, you know, the importance of us supporting each other. And also it goes back to making praying cool again. Now, when I was little, right, I never forget one day in 4th grade, my pop said to me, put your kufi on. And then I got my kufi on. And keep in mind, I was going to Catholic school. My pop is like, wear your kufi. You don't take your kufi off for nobody. You a king. And he giving me all that talk, right? And bro, I cried the whole way to school. And they gonna call me African, and they gonna teach, you know, because when I was in 4th grade, wearing a kufi wasn't the way. But now, fast forward to 2021, 2020, everything that's going on, and they seeing Tone Trump, they seeing you, they seeing Rollo, they seeing Kevin Gates, they seeing Muslim Don Family, they seeing Young and Muslim, they seeing, you know, Muslims of the world, and all these different people that's being proud of their faith and looking good and looking fresh. And you know, you got these lines like Anik and like Hijabified and like, I don't want to forget, they're going to kill me if I forget anybody, but all of y'all, may Allah increase all these Muslim-owned businesses. But they see these lines, you know, like Inshallah Clothing, can't forget him, and everybody, you know, Facts Over Opinion, all these different clothes. They see these people that's coming from our world and our culture able, because they know when they design something, they know what we want. They know the, you know what I mean, King's Cloth. They know to put a little slit at the bottom to give it a certain drip. You know what I mean? That's very, very crucial and important, because guess what now? When I tell my son, Aline, come here real quick. When I tell, or Abdul, come here real quick. When I tell my sons to put their kufi on, they don't feel like I felt in 4th grade. You know what my son says when he puts on his kufi? I'm a Muslim Don. I'm a Muslim Don. I ain't feel that way, bro. I felt like, oh, they gonna laugh at me. Because I ain't see no Tone Trumps. I ain't see no, you know, I didn't see no Stacks. I ain't see no Aki Fives. I ain't see no Beanie Siegels. I ain't see none of them. Say what's up to my people, boy. Say what's up. You a Muslim, right?
Yeah, I'm Muslim.
You a Muslim what?
I'm Muslim Don, and I love boxing.
I ain't
I'm gonna
asking
be
about.
a real champion at being a boxer.
But inshallah, you definitely are. I love you, right? He a Muslim. He a
Now
Muslim.
wait,
Go down. Get out. He is a Muslim Don. You see what I'm saying? He's a Muslim Don. So for those that sometimes wonder when they see me walk in the masjid so proudly with stuff like this on, by the way, hit the link in my bio. Everybody on here and go get you some. Get you some of that MDF wear. But we do that for that reason right there. Not just my child, but other children now, you know, wearing these stobes and wearing these Izars. Like my brother called me today, who's a new Muslim. Shout out to my brother Chink. He said, yo, I'm in the store, man. They got these nice Izars, the Yemenis type joints. Like, he calling me about that swag and that fashion, like the same way we called about, you know, Iceberg and Coogee and Gucci and Fendi and all of that stuff. We bringing a life to it and a culture to it. And that's something that black people have done. We do that with anything. It's like soul food. The slave masters was punishing our people with that. And Harriet and them said, oh, y'all gonna give us the greens? Oh, we gonna put some turkey necks in here. We gonna and it made it a delicacy. You know what I mean? That's the same thing we doing with the drip. So, you know, you throwing your kufi on it and making sure your line's filled. Bro, that's a wave. And I just want to say, and for those that don't know, the Don, Muslim Don, the Don, D-O-N, Dean over negativity. Because of me and my past and my criminal background and what I represent and the gang culture life I come from, people automatically, when I said Muslim Don, the first thing they thought is, oh, you trying to make gangster stuff and you trying to bring gang. No. I'm going to be a gangster till I die. I'm going to be a hustler till I die. But nothing comes before me being a Muslim. And the last thing I ever want to do is to taint anything about this beautiful deen. So when y'all see that Don, no matter how me and my friends look with these big beards, and you might see us with jewelry, you might see us, believe that. Dean over negativity, because the last thing we ever going to do, when I talk to these babies, when I go back and talk, I'm one of the only, it's a million rappers in Philadelphia, but when you ask how many rappers in Philadelphia have spoken, not only at masjids, churches, prisons, schools, and all of this, homeless shelters, I'm the only one, and I do it without I like to say, without no daddy. I don't have no label making me go. I don't have no sponsor. I was going into the prisons when it wasn't cool. Before, you know, reform is a thing now. Shout out to my brother Meek Mill, and I support that. But when it wasn't popular, I was in them prisons fighting for them people. I was fighting for them to have, you know, halal food and halal snacks. I was rumbling. I was getting doors shut in my face without calling no media. But without going off track, Kim, before we get out of here, talk to him a little bit about the halal drip your transformation as you. I see you now coming out with different throws, different pieces, and just give us something on that real quick, bro, before we get out of here, inshallah.
Well, shit, I get it from you. Hibachi 59, Dubai Rich, King Cloth, Anik. You know, I think this goes back to saying about all the love I'm getting from the Ummah. I've been getting so many packages and so much stuff, man. And one thing about me, man, I never dumb myself down for nobody.
That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? I ain't
That's
never
right.
dumb myself down. I'm gonna be fresh in whatever I do. I'm gonna look the part because this is the life I live. Nobody said because you pray 5 times a day, that don't mean you can't be fly. I don't get it. Nobody said because you pray 5 times a day don't mean you can't be rich and like nice things. I don't get
Right.
it. That's
That's
get
right.
me, bro. I'm a pray 5 times a day. I'm gonna give
Allahu
all the
Akbar.
praise. I'm gonna stand up for my brother and be my brother's keeper, but I'm gonna be fly the whole time. You know, and you said it. You know, I'm gonna say it because you said it and other people said it. I ain't calling myself this, but if I'm gonna be the modern day Malcolm,
Inshallah.
I'm gonna be fresh as hell while the feds watching.
Believe that. Believe that. They taking them pictures. Hey, they taking them pictures anyway. You might as well look good. And one thing before we go, there's one thing that people a lot of times equate faith with poverty. My brother Ox, who just came home, welcome home, Ox. I hope he on here, big MDF general. He has the same said we don't negotiate with poverty. And I had a chance to sit down with one of our big sheikhs, man, doctor, who I want to introduce you to real soon, Dr. Sherman Jackson, who's one of the highest ranking American scholars. And I was in Cali with him one time in this beautiful mansion, beautiful home while his chef is cooking for us. And I'm kind of venting to him. I said, man, it's like they kind of frown upon me because I want to get money and I want to be fly. And he stopped me and he said to me, and I want to say this to you and I want to say this to all, especially the young brothers looking. He said, listen, love your Lord. He looked around, he kind of did one of these, I'm talking about the crib is massive. He said, but get your paper. You see what I'm saying? And that was like, yo, I ain't looked back since. I was like, man, I'm getting this money, man. Like because I'm gonna be honest, I don't want to dog my own city because I love my city, but if they equate faith with like like they almost look at it like you showing off and yo, I'm a show off. I can't, Allah made me this way. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't. People say, don't tell me be humble, man. I understand the importance of humility, but I'm offended with somebody saying, yo, be humble, man. Yo, stay humble. Nah, man. I was born poor. My mom had me at 17. The odds was against me. I'm living a dream. I have to I know what it would have meant to me to see somebody that looked like me. So when I watch them old Muhammad Ali videos and he say, I'm pretty, man, I feel good, bro. Like I know how much they hated that black man saying it at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to go on too much on that, but I'm gonna say this, man. Whoever said you was about to take my title was wrong and crazy. I am forever the halal drip champ. You know what I'm saying? I am forever the halal drip champ. But if I'm going to share the title, it's gonna be with my brother, man. But we gonna get ready to sign off, man. I gotta get back to the track. I gotta be honest with y'all. I'm transparent. I gotta go hit quota. Look, 1 foot in, 1 foot out is the name of my new album, my new documentary. So it's like this, bro. Like I told the people I was with today, literally, I'm at the mosque today, making a generous donation to one of my organizations, which I was proud of, and a mosque in desperate need. But the second I walked out that mosque, I got outside with my brothers, some of them, very wealthy brothers from other countries and nationalities, and my phone rang from the prison. And I told him, I said, this is my reality. So when people come in my comments and talk about the most trivial things, bro, like somebody before you got on said, hey, brother, do you ever think about getting your tattoos covered? Nah, man, I'm too busy thinking about getting my brother who got life in the pill. I'm too busy thinking about Sunday. I got to go to the biggest dope opioid crisis area in America that happens to be in Philadelphia, where we go to every Sunday and feed people and provide clothing and new items. I got to think about stuff like that. So I don't think about covering my tattoos right now. Maybe I'll get to that. Maybe I won't. But I'm trusting that my Lord knows my heart. Things that I have in front of that. And this is another thing for people. The best things I do don't make it to Instagram, and the worst things I do don't make it to Instagram. So seeing is kind of like in the middle. You know what I'm saying, of what I got going on. And that's just a fact, man. So free Kill King, free ARF, free Rollo, free all the men locked up. I represent for them. I represent for the poor. I represent for the people I met in Africa who don't know what Wi-Fi is. I met little kids in Africa. I met a little brother in Africa, which I hope you get to meet this brother one day. He was in 8th grade, about 6'5", 6'6". He never heard of LeBron. He never heard of he never heard of Wi-Fi. And the translator told them, I said, ask them what they need from me. And these kids could have said anything. And they all said, we need medical help. We need medical supplies. Think about that. If you go to America, them kids would have said, sneakers. And my son, the one you just seen on camera, is turning 7 this month. And he told me he wants $300, a pair of Pradas, and a cell phone at 7. You know what I'm saying? And he dead serious.
Daughter turns 7 next Saturday. She got an iPhone 12 already, so I know the feeling.
Yo, and he dead serious. And mashallah, and may Allah provide where I can give him whatever he wants forever for as long as he wants. But yeah, man, this has been legendary, man. We're gonna call this Don Talk Part 1. I know how valuable your time is. And one thing, and for those, there's a lot of people watching right now so many people are contacting me trying to get at you. I want y'all also to give our brother a chance, to understand that our brother came into this busy. He's very busy. He's not ignoring nobody. I'm not ignoring nobody. But y'all got to give us some time. And the best thing you could do right now is to make dua for both of us because we need it. With all these eyes on us, we need y'all prayers more than y'all can ever imagine. So I ask the Lord to guide us, keep us on the correct path, make us amongst those that never miss Fajr, never miss no prayer. We going to keep making praying cool. We going to keep making wearing thobes cool, looking good, feeling good. And we're going to be a living example of one ummah, because you helped me with that. Because like I said, I was developing something in my heart that I'm not proud of. And I got, I even seen one of my white boys on here, man, Muzzy Mike, man, a white dude from Canada who has supported my merch, and he's a part of the Muslim Don family. So how can I hate? That's my brother. He prayed next to me, you know what I'm saying, side by side. So I ask everybody to make sure y'all keep us in y'all sincere du'as. May Allah protect us from the evil eye and all evil. And like I said, we just getting started, man. I love you, bro, for the sake of Allah, my own personal reasons. We got a lot of work to do. Inshallah, you coming to Africa with me real soon, so I can show you that part of the game. And I love you. We out, man. I'm about to take the flash. I'm about to throw the dicky back on and get back in the mix, bro. Inshallah.
I love you too. I just want to leave on this note to everybody out there that's watching, that's tuned in with us. Whatever you look like, whatever race you are, I'm standing for you. I'm standing for us. I'm standing for equality. I'm standing for love. I'm standing for common sense. And regardless what you look like or what you believe, you can follow me because I know I'm righteous. And every time you see me in Tone, you know it's gonna be we standing for righteous, only the righteous. We're not standing for people who say they love their brother and then stab him in the back 2 days later. Only right. I love all y'all. Alhamdulillah, man, and just keep on keeping on.
I love y'all more. I love you. Hey, bro, keep doing what you're doing, man. We're gonna talk off the camera like we always do when like I said, man, just keep leading, man, because and this is coming from somebody that many of these people look on as their leader. You're one of my leaders. You're one of my professors, and I say that to you in private. So it's only right I say that to you in public. You are the big Ak, and we're going to magnify you. May Allah increase you, me and mine, and even my other allies who aren't necessarily directly under me. They got to understand that there's doors and there's ears that you can get that none of us can get. And we gotta support you, we gotta elevate you, and we gotta ask the Lord to increase you with good in every way, man. I love you, man. I'll talk to you real soon, inshallah.
Love you, bro. Inshallah.
Hey, yo, before I get out of here, make sure y'all hit that link in my bio and get you some merch. I don't care if you just get a mask. Go get something, support my efforts. If you want to donate to our efforts, we will be feeding people in need Sunday. We bringing them new socks. We bringing them gloves. We bringing them hats. We're going to be in one of the worst neighborhoods in America, and I can't do it without y'all. The Cash App is the money sign, Muslim Don, INC. PayPal is Tone Trump, INC, @gmail.com. Everything counts. I need all y'all support. I need all y'all help. In the meantime, I'm going to stay praying the 5. I'm going to stay representing for y'all the best way I know how. Big MDF. I'm still the prettiest. I'm still the waviest. I'm still him. J. Dean, I love you more. Let me get some shout outs before I go. I know I ain't been able to talk to y'all throughout here. J. Dean, I love you. Hey, my man Bilal from Canada, I see you, little ox. Assalamu alaikum. Hey, I see you, sis. All my people on here, man. Everybody that tuned in, man. I don't want to say, I can't do the shout outs. There's too many of y'all, but I love all y'all. Assalamu alaikum. Please keep me y'all dua. Y'all see my bro. Go log on to I know they doing something dope for Nip tonight, so I need all the ox and everybody to go there and support everything Nipsey Hussle. The marathon continues. The love continues. One Ummah in real life. I love y'all. Muslims of the world, MDF, Muslim Don family. I love y'all. Chill.